Well, I've always had an affinity with numbers, and during my undergraduate studies, I did a combination of economics and statistics, and it was really my statistics professor at the time made a very big impression on me, and really that began my sort of love affair with statistics itself. Then that moved into a master's degree and ultimately a PhD in statistics. So it was great to be able to apply what I had learned in order to try to answer questions about the world. And indeed, I did my PhD at the LSE. We have a motto, rerum cognoscere causas, to understand the causes of things. And with the right data, we can look to test out hypotheses to see if the world is as we perhaps think it is, or perhaps in a different way. So I think a statistical toolkit is a must-have for any budding executives, and I've dedicated my life to sharing the joy of stats with many. Well, we've designed the program to be really accessible to all. Now, clearly those coming in with perhaps a lower quantitative background, it's perhaps a slightly steeper learning curve initially, but I feel, working with data, it's like riding a bike. Anyone can do it with perhaps a little bit of effort and perseverance. We, of course, have some programming languages, Python and R. The primary focus, though, is on Python. That seems to be the main one commercially, but like even spoken languages, the more languages you know, the easier it is to pick up on new ones. So we'll be focusing a lot on the fundamentals of Python in some of the earlier parts of the course, but then introducing some R themes. But indeed, we feel that no one should feel afraid or intimidated by data. It's something everyone can do, and we've designed the course content, I'm biased, hopefully right, in a very accessible way, so that there should be no concerns there. We are very much in a more data-driven economy, and it's a dynamic job landscape. And indeed, I don't have a crystal ball, but maybe in 5-10 years ahead, there will be new data-oriented roles which don't yet exist. So, currently we've seen students who've completed programs that we've designed go on to careers as data scientists in a wide range of industries. Now, clearly, people's professional interests vary a great deal, but you will find opportunities wherever there is data, and you will find data everywhere. So whether that's in the fields of perhaps banking and finance, LSE is traditionally a sort of a pipeline feeder into the city of London, because that's where the money is, allegedly, in the financial world. But also, even in the public sector, I think there's great scope for better public policy making, which is informed by data. Of course, also your pharmaceuticals, your healthcare sector, e-commerce, really there are countless opportunities. The capstone project is a critical part of the program, and it's an opportunity to really consolidate one's learnings from all of the individual modules that you've studied. You get to work not independently, but part of a group, so with your peers on the course. And the great thing, particularly with a diverse cohort with people with many different skill sets, when you work on a project collectively, the quality of the output is typically far greater than the sum of the individual parts if you were to work on this by oneself. So it's a great opportunity to apply those data analytical skills that you would have developed in a real-world context, whether with case studies or real-world businesses, having data sets, and again, looking at that entire data life cycle about deciding what questions need to be asked, what are the principal data research objectives, then looking at the data set, does it need cleaning, any data wrangling which is required, and then thinking about the best analytical techniques that could be applied to the data to try and ultimately refine it and find a solution. Well, we pride ourselves on this program having indeed a strong practical focus. It's not pure theory and lots of abstract formulae things, who's really interested in that in practice. So the very nature that we are looking at your real-world case studies and countless examples drawn from various industries make our curriculum not just modern, but also of great interest. And of course, those choosing, it's a self-selection bias issue here about who signs up to such a program. I'm sure already your motivation and enthusiasm levels will be high. And the fact that the subject matter itself is engaging, and we've designed it very much for an online mode of delivery, we hope and are fairly confident that those motivation levels remain high throughout the course. Designing a course, there's always a tendency that it's going to be a sort of one-size-fits-all delivery. But of course, one size rarely fits all perfectly. You are at best, maybe you're doing a one size that fits the median at best. So here we have an opportunity to tailor-make the program for the specifics of the Indian market and more Indian-based examples, and to give that a more local context, such that it's more of a, dare I say, a sort of personalized program, or shall we say more nationalized program for the Indian market. And I think it's very important that cultures vary, working practice vary around the world, and to really optimize the impact and effectiveness of any program of study, I think it is upon us as educators to tailor-make the course content, the format, etc., optimally for the target audience. Our target market for this program is clearly our working professionals, and hence to adapt the curriculum for that target audience. During the program, you will have master classes from various Indian industry experts, showcasing practical applications of things you are learning in the individual modules in the real world. So it's very much, dare I say, an Indianized curriculum, but with a strong practical emphasis, such that by the end of it, I like to think participants will be both confident and competent sort of independent analyzers of data, such that in whatever field of endeavor you work in, that you will be able to see data sets and think, okay, what could we do with it? What kinds of questions could the business benefit from a data-driven answer being forthcoming? And then apply programming skills, data visualization, even just the exploratory data analysis, which you cover in Module 1, is really the starting point of any empirical project. So there's a strong Indian flavor to the program. That's done deliberately. Again, I stress the practical applications, such that this will be very useful and fit for purpose for the budding business analytics executives. I've come to India on many occasions. It's a great country, I love it, and it's very exciting that we are being able to collaborate with TimesPro to deliver the Business Analytics Certificate for Executives. Clearly, it is a new program, and new things are pretty exciting, and it's a bit of an adventure, but we are very confident that if you sign up to this course, you will greatly benefit from, of course, an NSE designed curriculum with access to excellent Indian industry experts, as well as various masterclasses conducted from the LSE, such that I say it's a no-brainer. I think it's a win-win situation for us at NSE. We are right in the heart of central London. Clearly, not everyone can physically come and study with us at our campus. However, one of our strategic objectives in the NSE 2030 latest strategic document is to educate for global impact. And of course, what better place to extend our educational offering than with this Business Analytics Certificate for Executives in amazing India.